Hi, this is Learn with Yasmin channel, your daily story for better English.
Alien Alert in Seattle. Chapter 1. Alien Alert. My name's Karen Nielsen, and I'm 15 years old. I'm tall, and I have short red hair and green eyes. I live in Seattle, Washington. It's a wonderful green city, and I love it. I live with my parents and my dog Tex in a yellow house with a lovely garden. Tex is a big brown dog, and he's 3 years old. I have a lot of fun playing with him. In my free time, I like playing volleyball, going rock climbing, and listening to music. I have a big music collection, and I love listening to music with my friends. I also like reading science fiction books. My story begins in August, a month before school started. My parents and I were having breakfast in the kitchen, and we were watching the local news on the television. Suddenly, the newsreader said,
Alien alert! Early this morning, there was a report of an unidentified flying object near the Cascade Mountains, east of Seattle. 2 tourists saw a UFO in the sky above them. They said it was gray and round. They also said it didn't make any noise. Later this morning, a high school teacher saw the same UFO flying above her house. The Seattle police are investigating.
Wow, I said. An alien spaceship here in Seattle. This is exciting.
Do you believe it?
Asked my mom.
Who knows? I don't think we're alone in this big universe,
Said my dad.
The Earth is only a small planet, you know.
I started thinking about aliens and went to the library to look at some books about UFOs. That evening, all the newspapers had Alien Alert on their front pages. A month later, I went back to high school. This is my 2nd year at Washington High School, and I like it a lot. When I finish school and university, I want to become a chemist. On the way to school, I met my best friend and classmate, Barbara Reynolds. She is a tall, pretty girl. She lives near my house, and we always walk to school together. She is Afro-American and one of the best students at our school. She wants to become a doctor. Basketball is her sport, and she plays on the girls' basketball team. Like myself, she also enjoys listening to music.
We have some new teachers this year,
Said Barbara happily.
I hope they're all men and cute.
Me too. We need something new and interesting in our lives, I said, laughing. Barbara and I like talking about boys and clothes. It is fun.
Did you buy any new clothes for school?
She asked. I bought these new jeans and this black belt, I said.
The jeans look great with the pink t-shirt.
She told me.
I bought this new blue jacket and white trainers for the fall.
Did you hear about the news about that UFO near the Cascade Mountains last month? I then asked.
I was in California visiting my grandmother, so I didn't hear much, but I read about it online.
Said Barbara.
People see at least one every month in the United States, but no one has ever seen an alien.
Do you think they really exist? I asked.
I don't think we're alone in the universe,
She said.
but it's a mystery.
I agree. We got to school at 8:30 and went to our first class, science. There was a man of about 30 in the classroom.
Hello, I'm Mr. Kent, your new science teacher.
He said. Barbara and I looked at him. He was tall and quite slim. He had blonde hair and brown eyes. He was well dressed and had a friendly face.
We're lucky,
Whispered Barbara.
He's really cute.
You're right, I whispered, laughing.
What's your name?
He asked, smiling at me. Hi, I'm Karen Nielsen, I answered. Then he looked at Barbara and asked,
And who are you?
My name's Barbara Reynolds.
At that moment, an airplane passed over our school and made a lot of noise. Everyone in class looked out of the window, but the sun was very bright in front of us, and it hurt our eyes. We turned away from the window, but Mr. Kent didn't. He looked directly at the airplane and at the sun. How strange, I thought. The sun doesn't hurt his eyes. When the science lesson was over, we went to the English lesson. The new teacher was a very thin man with black hair and green eyes. He had a small nose and a pale face. What a strange teacher, I whispered to Barbara.
Very strange,
she whispered. The new teacher didn't smile and spoke slowly and coldly to the class.
My name is Mr. Wilkinson, and I'm your new English teacher. I don't want any talking in class. This year we're going to study William Shakespeare and other great writers.
Ugh, how boring,
said two boys who were sitting at the back of the class.
Stop that now,
said Mr. Wilkinson.
Now open your literature books at page 5.
His voice was strange. He sounded like a robot. Barbara touched my arm and whispered,
He's terrible. How are we going to survive this class?
I looked at her and whispered back, I have absolutely no idea. Chapter 2. A Strange New Teacher. Everyone at school had lunch at 12:30 in the cafeteria. I always had lunch with Barbara and Walter Andrews, a 16-year-old boy. He was tall and had dark brown hair and dark eyes, and I liked him. He was a quiet boy and didn't have many friends. His favorite subjects were math and science, and he liked computers a lot. His parents were divorced, and he lived with his father and his cat, Tootsie. He was often lonely because he never saw his mother, and his father was always at work. He loved Tootsie and spent a lot of time with her. What do you think of our new teachers? I asked Barbara and Walter.
Well, I think Mr. Kent is really cute. He's friendly, too,
said Barbara.
But did you see the way he looked at the airplane? The sun didn't hurt his eyes,
said Walter. Did you hear Mr. Wilkinson's voice? I asked. He talks like a robot. His voice is so cold.
And he's unfriendly,
said Barbara.
Hey, look over there. Look at what he's drinking,
whispered Walter. We all looked at Mr. Wilkinson, who was sitting by himself in a corner of the cafeteria. He had a strange lunch. There was a glass of green juice in front of him, and on the table there were some black pills. He put 2 of them into the glass, and the green juice started to make bubbles. Then suddenly it changed color and became red. Mr. Wilkinson took the glass and slowly drank the mysterious red juice. We looked at each other nervously, but then started laughing. How can he drink that? I said.
Perhaps it's a new diet,
said Barbara.
And that's why he's so thin.
I don't think so,
Walter said. There's something strange about our English teacher, I said. The next morning, during the English lesson, Mr. Wilkins started asking us some personal questions.
Andrews, Walter Andrews,
said Mr. Wilkinson.
Tell me something about yourself.
Walter was surprised because teachers didn't usually ask personal questions.
Well, I like computers, and my hobby is astronomy,
he said.
I have a small telescope, and I like looking at the stars. I have a pet called Tootsie. She's a black and white cat.
Good. You have an interesting hobby. Thank you, Walter,
said Mr. Wilkinson. He then asked other students about their life and hobbies. I thought, perhaps he wants to know more about us. How strange. Then I looked at him carefully and I noticed something. His eyes were not green anymore. They were a different color today. I suddenly had an idea. I put up my hand and asked, "May I go to the bathroom, please?"
Yes, of course.
Mr. Wilkinson answered. As I walked towards the door, I looked at his eyes again. I was right. They were blue. They looked like the sea. I was surprised and a little scared. That afternoon, I decided to go to Walter's house. He was sitting in front of his computer. He was very interested in aliens and life on other planets. There were posters of the solar system and the constellations on the wall of his room. "Did you hear about the alien alert last month?" I asked.
Yeah, in the Cascade Mountains, right near Seattle,
said Walter.
The news was exciting, but the police and the newspapers never tell us the truth. I'm sure there are UFOs and aliens in the universe.
"What are you looking at now?" I asked.
I'm on the internet, on the International Space Club site,
he said excitedly.
Listen to this, Karen. Something very important is happening. A comet is passing through the Virgo constellation. When a comet and a constellation meet, aliens can travel to our planet. Everything is right for intergalactic voyages.
"What are intergalactic voyages?" I asked.
They're when you can travel from one galaxy to another,
Walter said.
They can take place only at special times. For example, when a constellation and a comet meet. Some people say aliens come to Earth to attack us, but I think they want to study us.
"Wow, you know everything about space," I said.
I love space,
said Walter, smiling.
I want to become an astronaut. I want to go to another galaxy and perhaps meet aliens.
"Wow, that's interesting and dangerous," I said, and started thinking. Suddenly, I had an idea. "Perhaps Mr. Wilkinson is an alien," I said slowly.
What?
He cried, looking at me.
Oh, Karen, you read too many science fiction books. He's not an alien.
"Well, his voice doesn't sound human. His eyes change color, and he has a very strange lunch," I said.
What do you mean his eyes change color?
He asked, surprised. "Didn't you notice?" I said. "Yesterday they were green, and today they were blue."
Are you sure?
He asked. "Of course I'm sure," I said excitedly. "Listen, Walter, there was a UFO sighting last month, and Mr. Wilkinson is a new teacher at Washington High. No one knows where he comes from. Perhaps he arrived on that UFO." Walter looked at me with his big, dark eyes and said,
Well, it's possible. He has got a very strange face, and his voice is really cold. Perhaps he is an alien. And that's why he asked us those personal questions. He wants to study us.
"Exactly," I said. "But let's study him too. We can follow him and see where he lives." Chapter 3. A Sad Story.
Good morning.
Mr. Kent said, smiling.
Today we're going to the lab to do some practical work.
The lab was a big room with long tables, chairs, and big cupboards. There were white mice in cages. When Mr. Kent walked by their cages, they all started running around and making a lot of noise.
What's the matter?
Laughed Mr. Kent, speaking to the white mice.
Are you afraid of me? I won't eat you.
Then he looked at the class and said,
Today's lesson is about worms. I'm going to give you some worms, and you have to cut them in half. The two pieces can live and move by themselves. You'll see.
I was not happy. I looked at my worm. It was long and green. I didn't want to cut it.
Karen, are you afraid of your worm?
Asked Mr. Kent, smiling.
Give me your knife, and I can help you.
His arm touched mine, and I got an electric shock. I jumped up from my chair.
What's wrong, Karen?
Asked Mr. Kent. "Oh, nothing, I said, trying to smile. He cut the worm and then walked to the next table to help other students. I wrote a note to Walter and told him about the electric shock. "Walter," I whispered. He turned around and I gave him the note.
Walter and Karen, what are you doing?
Asked Mr. Kent.
What do you have in your hand, Walter?
His voice scared me. Walter and I were in big trouble with the teacher.
Nothing,
said Walter.
Please pay attention,
said Mr. Kent.
Next time, you'll have to give me the note.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kent,
said Walter. When the science lesson was over, Mr. Kent called me to his desk. Oh, no, I thought.
I'm sorry I scared you during the lesson. 2 years ago, I had a bad car accident and lost my arm. My left arm is artificial. It's an electric arm. Sometimes it gives electric shocks.
I was surprised and sorry. At lunch, I told Walter and Barbara about Mr. Kent's electric arm. They were both surprised. As we walked out of the cafeteria, we saw Mr. Wilkinson.
Hello, Mr. Wilkinson,
said Barbara.
Hi,
he said, looking at us. His eyes were green again, but I didn't say anything. At 3:30, Walter and I ran out of the school and waited for Mr. Wilkinson to walk by. We saw a lot of students and teachers, but we didn't see him. Finally, we saw him walking down the street, and we followed him silently. He lived near the school in a pretty white house. There was a small garden around it and a big tree near the front door. He walked into his house, and we went quietly to a window and looked inside. He put some books on the kitchen table and opened the refrigerator. He took out a bottle of the horrible green juice and put it on the table. Then he went upstairs.
Oh, no,
said Walter.
He went upstairs.
No problem, I said. I can climb up this tree.
Are you sure?
Asked Walter, surprised. Of course, I said, laughing. Don't forget, I go rock climbing.
Well, be careful, Karen,
said Walter. I climbed up the tree, and I could see Mr. Wilkinson's bedroom.
What's happening?
Whispered Walter. He's in his bedroom, and he's sitting in front of a mirror, I whispered back. His hands are on his hair. Oh, no!
What? Tell me!
Asked Walter. I continued looking into the house. Mr. Wilkinson was now completely bald. I felt cold. Suddenly, I saw my face in Mr. Wilkinson's mirror, and he saw it too. He turned around and looked at me. I was terrified, and I didn't know what to do. I could not run away because I was at the top of a big tree. But Mr. Wilkinson didn't look angry. He looked sad. He walked over and opened the window.
Karen, what are you doing up this tree?
He asked.
Please climb down,
he said.
I want to talk to you.
I climbed down the tree, and Walter was waiting for me. He looked very worried.
Come on, Karen, let's run away,
he said. No, Walter, we can't, I said. Mr. Wilkinson wants to talk to us. Mr. Wilkinson came out of his house and stood in the garden.
You students think I'm strange,
he said quietly.
I can understand why.
Walter and I were terrified.
Let me tell you my story. Last year, my doctor told me I was very ill. I had cancer.
Oh, how terrible! I'm really sorry, I said.
Yes, it was terrible. I had an operation and then chemotherapy. After the operation, I lost my voice, so now I speak with a type of artificial voice. That's why my voice sounds strange. I lost all my hair from the chemotherapy, so now I wear a wig.
We didn't know,
said Walter.
Mr. Wilkinson, we're very sorry about our terrible behavior,
said Walter. Yes, please forgive us, I said.
Oh, don't worry. I am getting better now, which is good,
he said quietly.
May I ask you a question?
Walter said.
Of course.
What's that green juice you drink at lunch?
Walter asked. He smiled and said,
The green juice and the black pills are medicines.
But why do your eyes change color? I asked.
So you saw that, did you? You kids see everything,
said Mr. Wilkinson.
I wanted to do something different, so I bought a pair of colored contact lenses. I thought a new look could make me feel better.
Did the contact lenses make you feel better? I asked. Mr. Wilkinson looked at me and smiled.
A little. It was nice having something different for a day, but it's my job that is really making me feel better.
You like your job, don't you?
Asked Walter.
I love my job,
said Mr. Wilkinson, smiling.
It's wonderful to work with young people like you.
Do you like Seattle? I asked.
Yes, I do,
said Mr. Wilkinson.
It's a beautiful city with lots of parks and fun things to do, and I'm starting to make a few friends.
Good, I said, smiling. Welcome to the Emerald City. We all laughed.